doing?
Doing just fine. So previously you've spoken out against the city's sanctuary city laws. You've said, and I quote, "I don't believe people who are violent in our city, commit repeated crimes, should have the privilege of being in our city." So last week there was another assault involving a group of migrants at a Target on the Upper East Side. They assaulted a cop. They've since been charged and released. So is there any push by your administration to revisit those sanctuary laws as you've spoken out against before? What is your administration doing in that effect? And then additionally, following up on security in the wake of that incident, as well as the incident at Randall's Island, where is the security review with all of these security contracts you had? You said you were analyzing this. I would assume Tim Pearson is probably near the top of this since he's heads that. What's the status of that review and metal detectors and all the things that your administration has spoken about in the last few weeks?
So this is one of the biggest mix-ups I hear all the time when I'm speaking to people. Sanctuary city is not for migrants and asylum seekers. They are paroled into the country legally. Sanctuary city is if you're here and you are undocumented, we are not allowed to turn you over to ICE. We're not allowed to deny you services. We can't turn you over to the police. No city agency could coordinate with people based on your immigration status. And so what I said, even with those who are undocumented and those who are migrants and asylum seekers, if you are a repeated offender of a violent act in this city, after you serve your time, you need to leave this city. That is my position. People should not come here and be violent to everyday citizens of the city and to other migrants and asylum seekers. Because some of the incidents we're seeing, they're attacking other migrants and asylum seekers who just want to come here and pursue the American dream. I pulled in the team to do a complete analysis on security, on cost of security, how much it's costing us, how well we're doing. When you look at 3,000, what's those numbers on Randall's DM? Is it 3,000?
It's 3,000.
Think about this for a moment. 3,000 people are placed in an environment, many of them are young, and told you can't do anything all day but sit there for the whole day. I'm amazed at how well they're doing. I would have never predicted that we will have a skirmish every once in a while. I was really fearful of putting 3,000 people from different walks of life in one setting, 3,000 people in one setting, and saying all you can do all day is to sit here all day. That's inhumane. And so we are taking the necessary security precaution, and evidently we're doing the right thing because we're not seeing skirmishes hop up all the time. We're seeing just the opposite. We're seeing people saying we want to wait so we can finally get our crack at the American dream. And the team is going to put in the metal detectors. We're doing stuff such as curfews. We had a good team that's analyzing this. Deputy Mayor Banks, who's extremely knowledgeable. He was the chief of the department. Tim Pearson, who as an inspector, what he has done around public safety. These guys know what they're doing, and evidently they're doing something right. Because we're not seeing what I was even thought we were going to have more skirmishes.
And the cost, don't forget the costs are coming down.
Right, and the cost of doing it that's coming down. Camille and her team, Molly, you know, when you start an emergency, you are dealing with. You got to find vendors that's going to do certain things. There's just such a rush. And people, you know, people know it. They know they got you over the barrel. But now we're at a point, we're still in an emergency state, but we're at a point that we can now go back and relook at these contracts to bring down the cost the way we want. We're doing, what, 30% peg, right?
Yes.
30% peg. And we're going to reach that number.